strength, so we gave us the power, so we he's showing out, that's why we
Yo, we are back. Episode 75. 75 of Not the Same Podcast Sports Show, hosted by this one word, because our names ain't at the bottom, C-Micah, and that one word over there, Mr. Robert Dean. You know what I'm saying? We are grateful to be back with you for another Not the Same Podcast Sports Show. Just James, what up, sir? Good to see you. Hey, salute on the radio. Hey, Just James got a little radio show going, man. I saw it on Twitter. Salute to you, my guy. You know what I mean?
Man, Just James making moves. They don't call him the Suge Knight of CHH for nothing.
The Suge Knight of CHH. You know what I'm saying? Look that up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but if you are watching us live on YouTube or Facebook or wherever you is watching, wherever you watching that, do what you see on the screen in approximately about 5 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Because I know my thing like to move slow. You know what I'm saying? Here you go. 4, 3, 2, 1. There it is. Hit the like button. And also hit the subscribe button if you have not subscribed to the Not the Same Podcast Sports Show. And hit the notification bell if you want to know when we are live, which is on Wednesdays and every other Tuesday and every Thursday when we do music and faith. On Wednesday nights, we do sports. And on Tuesday, every other Tuesday night, we do faith, man. We do a Bible study. You know what I'm saying? We do it to the word. You know what I mean?
Trying to help you grow. We also want to give a shout out to our rebroadcasters, man. Shout out to our MTMV famo, man.
Yes, sir.
Broadcasting on the MTMV Facebook page right now. Live Show TV, Takeover, Praise 365, Scooter, Parable Radio, RYC Praise News. Shout out to our man Orlando Page.
Yeah.
And who else we got? We got His Hop out there on the left coast. You know what I'm saying? Mr. His Hop is what you call him. You dig what I'm saying? Radio and podcast His Hop Network and 520 Collective, our homeboy Eric Boston. So that's his stage name,
I know
man.
You said Mr. Hip Hop. I was like, okay.
Yeah,
I think about Janet Jackson, Miss Nasty. I was like, what? Hold on, Miss Jackson,
Mr. His Hop, man.
Mr. His Hop, if you're ready. Oh, okay, Mister.
That's his stage name, man. I want to put some respect on my brother name.
Respect on my brother name. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Sam, man.
Yeah, man. So, hey, we finna go and get into it, man. Let's see what's popping. Somebody tell me what's popping.
On the notes.
All right, what is popping? Number one, let's go into NFL news. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to Mr. Jim Brown, man. Very accomplished running back in the NFL. Also accomplished actor. Very also accomplished activist for much what we call social issues or fighting for the black movement. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Jim Brown is a very influential person, man. So, hey, rest in peace to Jim Brown, man. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, man. NFL Hall of Famer. Played in several movies, as my man just said. Played a role in the civil rights movement around the likes of Muhammad Ali. Malcolm X, to name a few. In 2020, he was recognized as the top college football player ever, Craig. Ever.
Yeah.
Ever. He was acknowledged as the best college football player ever. Jim Brown made the first all-time NFL team. I think he made that 8 times, 9 Pro Bowls, Rookie of the Year in 1957. Rest in peace to Jim Brown, who like you said, passed at the age of 87, man. May 18th was he took his last breath out in California at the age of 87. So rest in peace to Jim Brown, man.
Rest in peace to Jim Brown, man. One of the
many great
football.
running backs. Yeah, one of the goats of football. So many great running backs modeled their game after him. O.J. Simpson, Emmitt Smith,
what up, Hagen?
Thurman Thomas. It's a bunch of folks. What up, Hagen? It's a bunch of folks that model themselves after Jim Brown, man.
Yeah, big salute, man. All right, NBA news. The Nuggets pulled out the broom and swept the Lakers on up out of there. Mr. Davis, your thoughts?
I'm not surprised, but I did say Nuggets in 5. You know what I mean? Everybody, no. Listen, man, the Nuggets were just deeper. They were better, and they have a beast of a center. Now, let me tell you something about Jokic is a joker. He should be called the unicorn, and I'm going to tell y'all why. He's the only center in the NBA right now, and this is the reason Embiid can't get past round 2, who is still using his body to post up. You know, and they'd be like mouse in the house. Yeah. He mousing in the house, and for the young, if you don't know what that is, that's when you back down and you use your body, and then you use your footwork, or as Shaq say, feet work to get it done. But if you want that problem, you want to collapse the middle, guess what he gonna do? he gonna hit that YMCA jump on you. You know that old man at the Y who got that jumper that you can't stop
behind the
Joker,
head,
man.
all back
behind
there
the
like
head,
that.
you can't block it.
Can't do nothing
You know
with
what
it.
I mean? So, break out the brooms, bro. No disrespect to the Lakers. They did what they needed to do. They just couldn't do it good enough. I mean, you had Murray, bro. They got a complete team. They way deeper than what the Lakers was. Not only that, they had chemistry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not rest in peace, but rest in peace to the Lakers season. But I do want to shout out the Lakers, man. I know LeBron said his season was not a success because I win championships and all that. Okay. Anyway, that team you had, stop it. You don't win them every year. You ain't won them really since you got to the West other than the bubble. But no hate. We're not hating.
You're 4-6, Brian. Stop.
Yeah, anyway. But with that being, back to the subject at hand. I know he said it wasn't a success, man. I think they had a very successful season, in my opinion. Nobody expected this. A lot of people picked them to beat us. They did not pick them to beat the Warriors. You know, the Warriors were defending champs, and they beat the Grizzlies. They beat the number 2 seed. They beat the what's the Warriors, like number 5, I think, or number 6, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Then they went against the beast of the West, and they couldn't do nothing with it. But there's nothing to hold their head about. This was not a sweep like what was happening to Boston until they won the other night. This not that type of sweep. This was the type of sweep where they was in every game. They were fighting. And remember, the game that they lost, the last game they lost, it went down to literally the last second.
The last shot.
You know what I'm saying? So big salute to them. That for me and LeBron, I don't claim LeBron to be the GOAT, but this helps his GOAT status to me to drag that team. Because, yes, there were NBA vets on there and they're very good players, but there was 2 superstars. Period. There was nobody else close to a superstar. They were role players, and they wasn't super role players. They had one super role player who was basically a rookie. He's not a rookie, but Austin Reeves is the one super role player they had who stepped up and became something he wasn't the whole season. And salute to him. He's about to get that bag this summer. He about to get a big bag.
He'll get a Caruso bag. You dig what I'm saying? That's what we kind of remind me of. The Lakers should have never got rid of Caruso, but they got a Reeves. And D-Lo was just low. You know what I mean? He had some highs, but he was more so low. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, LeBron will be back. You know what I'm saying? LeBron always has to be dramatic. He'll be back.
Yeah. All right, man. That's that on that. WNBA new. Well, we will throw this. This wasn't in here, but Boston did win a game last night. That wasn't in our notes, but they did win it. They survived from being swept. They survived it. And
blew out.
I'm gonna be honest. That was nothing fluky to me.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? What's up, Mr. G?
Mr.
You know what I'm saying? That win that Boston had was not fluky to me at all. And I know Rob is a Heat fan, but I think he would agree with me. They just looked like Boston. You know what I'm saying? Because they always hit a bunch of threes. They shot 40% for 3. And basically, whenever they shoot 40% for 3, I think this season they 37-2 when they shoot 40% for 3. So when you got Williams dropping them threes and the light-skinned dude with the way back hairline, forgot his name. Derek White and all them, they start hitting threes, and then Tatum get to hitting them, and then Brown get to hitting them. It's hard for any team because there's so many threes.
And they were off, but I'll get to that a little later on. You dig what I'm saying? I get to that a little later on.
And as for the Heat, they were off last night.
They was beyond off.
Do I believe he can still win it? Yes, but I will watch the Celtics. You know what I'm saying? Because this is all about confidence. Their confidence was pure D, gone, trash, gone, out of here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that probably helped their confidence a little bit. So we'll see. WNBA news: Brittany Griner returns and Breanna Stewart drops 45. We're going to start with Brittany Griner.
Yeah, man. So I watched this game. I think C watched it too. We both talked about it. So we watched the game. Great tribute at the beginning, you know what I'm saying, to Brittany Griner. They did a whole, you know what I'm saying, the X Factor and the welcome back thing, calling it the X Factor. And let me tell you something. BG came back and showed why she's the X Factor. My girl put up 27, 10 boards, and 4 blocks in the loss, though. And it was her first. It was her first home game in about 400 days. You know what I mean? Yeah. If you don't remember Brittany Griner's story, she was detained in Russia. It was a bunch of stuff going on. She got beyond humble because she was just on social media the year before when all this popping off about America, and then America came and got her. And a lot of controversy, man. But let me tell you something. BG didn't look like she missed a beat, bro. Yeah. It's hard running up and down that court, male or female, and putting up 27.
Yeah.
A double, and you've been locked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say this though. Shout out to the Chicago Sky because
Yo,
they
man.
lost Candace Parker. They lost what most of their so-called superstars, and that
They
coach
still
is a
ball.
good coach, man.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember his name, but I always looked after him because he's originally from my hometown. But my man, he coaching out there because that team probably wasn't supposed to win that game, and he coached that win out of them. You know what I mean?
And Tarasi was off. Beyond
she
off.
was off, and she was out there popping off. Tarasi, she got a bad attitude a little bit, man. I've seen that the last couple of years.
Tarasi's a butthole.
Yeah, she is.
Flat out.
She like the Draymond of the WNBA. You know what I'm saying? With more skills.
Skylar Diggins Smith, you know what I'm saying? Her and Skylar got into it last year when Brittany was overseas and everybody bring BG home. Man, let me tell you something. Nothing. She was mum. Tarasi had no words to say. So I don't know if they don't really rock with each other like that. But yeah, Tarasi's one of those arrogant ones because her skill set has put her there. No excuse to be arrogant, but her skill set has put her there. People kiss her behind in the WNBA. And if you don't know how to handle that, then guess what you get? Plus, she's been catered to. You got to think from college all the way to the WNBA. And she's great. So, yeah, she's great. So, you know, all she do is win. Real talk.
Except on Sunday.
No.
All right. MLB News top division rankings.
No. 45 from my girl. We got to put
45 grand to Stewart. She dropped it.
Stu.
Let them know about it, bro. I forgot about it. Yeah, she showed out.
Yeah, Stu had 45 points in 3/4 WNBA. She made her Liberty day. Well, she made her Liberty home debut because they lost the first game and they lost. It was 0-1. She came to the Garden and she showed up and showed out. 45 points, most points by anybody in WNBA history in that shorter period of time with that field goal percentage. And she sat out the entire fourth quarter. So yeah, Stu showed the Liberty what they have in store, and there's big hopes for the Liberty. Everybody thinking it's going to be a Liberty / Aces finals, and we'll see.
Liberty
man.
Loaded, man. They loaded.
Liberty loaded, and the Aces is the Aces.
Yeah. All right. MLB News top division rankings.
Okay, you know we do this all the time for the MLB lovers because it's 100, maybe 200, I think 300 games, but we still gonna give y'all them leaders every single week. AL East, the Major League Baseball leading. Tampa Bay Rays, 35-15. AL Central are the Minnesota Twins at 26-24. The AL West are the Texas Rangers, 31-18. They making some ground. National League East, the Atlanta Braves are still number 1 at 29-19. NL Central, the Brewers are now 27-22. Cardinals are no longer last in the division, and they're, a half a game out of third in the NL Central. So the Cardinals are moving up. They're 7. Last week I said they were 7-3 in their last 10. Yeah. They 7-3 in their last 10. The Cardinals putting some games together, looking real good. NL West, the Dodgers are 31-19. And it's been some good baseball going on, man. Real good baseball.
All right, last but not least, boxing news. Haney defeats Lomachenko. That's how you say it.
Yeah. If y'all don't know who Devin Haney is, he's now 30, 15 KOs. But this was a controversial win, man. Like, he's currently on ESPN ranked number 10. But if you watch that fight, some people really feel like Haney should have lost this fight. Let me tell y'all something. I was watching the fight and my favorite movie at the same time. So it went a little something like this. Whoa! Oh!
Yeah.
Like when I heard a big hit, I woke up like I got punched. Because again, the fight's be coming on so late, man, because they out in Vegas.
Right.
It was 11:30 here. So if I was on the East Coast, think about it, man. It was 1 o'clock in the morning when that fight went off. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I wish the boxing matches could come up a little more, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. All right, man, let's get into our soapbox segment.
Soapbox.
B+, what up, sir? Good to see you, my brother.
B+, what's poppin'?
All right, this is our soapbox segment when me and Rob go off for 2 minutes on about whatever is on our mind, whatever it may be that is on our mind. We don't go back and forth, but we go off on 2 minutes about it. And normally Rob does something on sports, and I normally do something on whatever's getting on my nerves at the time. Today is a good day for me, so it ain't too much getting on my nerves, but I got one thing. All right, I always let my brother Rob go first. Is you ready, my brother?
Yeah, I'm ready because I got some. Let me tell you something for you novice fans out there. I'm a Heat fan. You don't
Yep.
believe me? Let me put
There it
Miami
is.
Heat.
There it is.
Robert's on the cup.
That's right.
Miami Heat.
Talk to
Let
him.
me tell you something. I'm true to this, not new. Miami Heat. Miami Heat.
Yeah. Been like that.
I don't get excited when I'm up 2-0. I don't get excited when I'm up 3-0 because I've seen refs do some shiesty stuff in the years of watching this league. Let's go down. 1988, the shot. Bulls versus the Jazz. We all know that should have been an offensive foul, but guess what? The narrative was we need MJ to be that last shot, but then he came back with the Wizards and fizzled out. 2000, Portland. My man Scottie Pippen on that squad versus the Lakers in 2000, Western Conference Finals. All of a sudden, the Lakers come back after being down 3-1.
Yeah.
2002, same thing. Sacramento Kings. Just James, you know what I'm talking about. The foolery pops up again with the Lakers. They let the Lakers go on through. 2016, Warriors versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. Draymond leg goes up, flip-flop, kicks a man's in, the nards or whatever the case may be. He's suspended. Next thing you know, Cleveland, this is free. Shut up. 2006, my Heat. My Miami Heat gets ganked. Why? Because they wanted Dirk to be the face of the league. Next thing you know, Jason Terry gets a championship trophy on his shoulder or on his arm, whatever he got, and they win. I don't trust it, folks.
Right.
If they don't come in and win this next game, the NBA is not happy that the Lakers are gone. Denver's boring. The NBA is not happy that the Heat are up, even though the Heat is a great squad. I'm a fan. They want Boston in there. They want ratings. They wanted the Lakers in Boston, and it didn't go like that because of Jokic. They don't want the Heat in the NBA Finals. Not a temporal act. I've just been watching this league for a long time, fam. And I'm going to let you know right now, until I see 4-0, the 4-1 or whatever we win this by, and this series is over, I ain't excited yet.
And I do not blame you, and I fully agree. My soapbox is on this here. So on 2 nights ago, the Lakers were defeated by the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets were led by Big Jokic and Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray had a great series. He was literally in contention to be the MVP of that series if Jokic wouldn't have been out there because he was balling. He's one of the best all-star players in the world, right? So there's so much history that happened tonight. You know the Denver Nuggets had never made it to the finals.
Right.
Never. In their whole history has not made it to the finals, right? And some other things. So Jokic had this great series. He was outstanding. Looked like the MVP, kind of shut up the whole thing. It should have been Embiid. No, it shouldn't have been Embiid. Embiid got it. We get it. We understand it. Jokic probably kind of stopped playing because he didn't feel like dealing with the mess. You know what I'm saying? But he showed his true dominance. Here's what my soapbox is about. So after they beat the Lakers, they showed the celebration for 3.5 minutes, maybe 3 to 5 minutes, and that's all you heard about them winning. The next day, every sports show talked about what's the Lakers gonna do? Will they bring in Kyrie? Is LeBron really gonna retire? Because we love LeBron. I think he is 1.5 in the GOAT list. In other words, he's not about number 1, but 1.5, very close. And he changed the whole narrative by saying, "I think I might retire." So now, the whole next day when Denver should have been celebrated, they were not celebrated. NBA, do better. JJ Redick snapped off about that, and I agree with him on this. NBA, do better. Support all your teams. The Lakers lost. I understand they're one of the most popular franchises in the world. I get it, but you know what they got? An L.
The L.
They lost. You know what I'm saying? And it's nothing to be mad about. They fought valiantly. I said it earlier. They deserve their respect. They don't deserve it more than the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets beat them. They swept them. Yeah. At the end of the day, they swept them. And they should be respected like that, and they're not. And it's trash. And NBA media, do better, man. Do better.
Told you, man.
That's all I say.
Told you.
First team to ever come back from 3-0 will be the Boston Celtics because they want it. All right, man. Let's get into this is our debate feud segment where me and Rob go back and forth on particular subjects for 5 minutes. When it's over, you hear a buzzer that sounds like this. A lot of times me and Rob agree. Other times we disagree. We'll see what's going to happen today. All right, the first one we getting into is NBA impressed, depressed. Let's go. Impressed in the West.
Of course. I mean, believe it or not, my impressed in the West is the Denver Nuggets. You thought I was going to say the Lakers? I'm going to tell you why. For every reason C just said. They finally made it to an NBA Finals. They've never swept the team. The furthest they have ever gotten was the Western Conference Finals when they got put out. But this team has been constructed over the years. Yes. This coach, they could have let the coach go. Murray down 2 straight years, bro. Like
That's
2 years with nothing, and they brought in pieces. And Brokeback Mountain Porter came back, and he started shooting like he was shooting in Mizzou. You dig what I'm saying? And they brought in pieces to help the Joker come, and this is the result of it. Let me tell y'all something. I'm a Heat fan. If the Heat make the finals, we got a battle, bro, because Bam can't do nothing with that. You dig what I'm saying? But we got buckets. But to the point, Denver is my best in the West.
I have nothing to add to that other than I agree, I concur. They are the best. They are who I'm impressed with in the West. Who I'm depressed with in the West got to be the Lakers. And I hate the way LeBron left. That's what depressed me. Not with AD. AD, he's been sometime in his whole career. So whatever. You know what I mean? But I hate when LeBron leaves before the game's over. You know what I'm saying? Because I have so much respect for so many other things he do. And he only shook 2 people's hand. Murray and what's his name? And then he left.
Jokic, and he did.
Man, come on, bro. Shake people's hands. And I know I'm nitpicking, so to speak, but I'm not a LeBron hater. I actually like LeBron. I just don't like the way he did that, man. And but I don't blame the coach, and I would say this. Lakers fans, stop getting on that coach. He didn't lose that series. Y'all didn't have enough to win that series. It wasn't the coach. There's nothing wrong with Darvin Ham. You should pay that man more. He is a rookie coach that got all the way through the Western Conference Finals. Yeah, Wake up. Stop being so arrogant. All right.
So just the opposite. I didn't get my depressed, but you dig. I'm a piggyback because it got to be the Lakers. But I'm just the opposite. LeBron left it on the line. And
the way he played was awesome.
The way he played was 31 in the first half, but he gassed out. And let me tell you something. He had this campaign during the year. He's not my depressed, so I'm giving him his props. He had this campaign versus Father Time, and Father Time beat him the entire commercials except for the last one, and LeBron came out on top. Father Time won. My depressed, Anthony Davis. After that first game of 40 points, and he was going back and forth with the Joker. Joker hit a shot, and you can see Anthony Davis turn around and look at him like, bro, what am I do with this? Like you saw the zeal sip up out of this man.
That's right.
Off of some of the shots that even LeBron shook his head like, come on, cuz. You know what I'm saying?
What you doing, bro?
My issue was Anthony Davis is going to have to get some dog about him, and I believe Darvin Ham can, if they construct this right and stop looking for these quick fixes and construct a team and stop looking for the win now. That's the problem with the Lakers and why I'm depressed. They're always looking for the win now. Build, rebuild. You got a rookie coach. Think about this. Frank Vogel won a championship with the Lakers. You forgot about that, didn't you? Frank Vogel.
That's right.
He ain't even coaching right now. Let's go to the East, bro.
All right, Eastern impressed. Who you got, bro?
Of course. I'm going with my Miami Heat, bro.
Yes, sir.
It's the Heat as a whole, bro. Like, let me tell you something. We got undrafted players, G League All-Stars. Jimmy Buckets making these boys feel like they can do anything. And right now, you know who Jimmy Buckets remind me of? He reminds me of Dwayne Wade when Dwayne Wade put Shaq, even Big Shaq, on his back and took them to the championship when they won that first chip. And that's how Jimmy is playing. They had an off night last night. It's going to happen. I didn't listen. If you go back and look, I said Denver in 5, but they won in 4. I said Miami in 6. Hopefully, they win in 5. That's my impress.
Yeah, I'm impressed with Miami just for the undrafted players, man. Jimmy Buckets. This what I expect for him. That's why he have that name. I'm depressed with the Boston Celtics. I'm asking you too, but I figured it'd be the same. Ain't no other games to be. I mean, that's all we can be depressed with. But I'm depressed with Boston Celtics for game. What was it? Game 2. Game 3. It was game 3. Bruh, how you get beat like that? With 3 losses on the line. How do you get beat like that? How do you lay down like that? I'm telling you how you lay down like that, because you have a bad coach.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't care if they come back. I don't like that coach. I still think I agree with Stephen A. Is I don't believe in karma. We just gonna say what goes around comes around for the way they did Udoka. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, and like you said, Boston. My depressed with Boston is, last night they came to play. I expected it. I didn't expect Boston to get swept. It's too much Boston pride. But
The
I think
referee
my
pride.
and it's not even Tatum that I'm depressed about. It's everybody else on the squad. You know what I'm saying? They finally came to play last night, but just know this: go back and look at the free throw discrepancy and look at the shot percentage. Miami was off last night. They were shooting shots they had been hitting, but my depress, of course, is Boston, but it's not the team itself. It's that dang coach, bro.
And
that coach is trash.
Game Vincent twisted that ankle too. That's kind of scary. He twisted his ankle pretty bad, and he has been hooping in this series.
Yeah,
all right,
he has, man.
On to the next subject. This is not it. That's not where I'm going to yet. Here we go. The Ravens have a new offensive coordinator focused on a more pass heavy offense. Will this hurt or help Lamar Jackson? The Ravens have a new offensive coordinator focused on a more pass heavy offense. Will this hurt or help Lamar Jackson? Mr. Davis.
The verdict is still out. And this is we hadn't had a snap. The Ravens O-line was ranked number 2 in the league last season.
Yeah.
They allowed an average of 3 sacks, no more than 4 in the game. But I think they had like 6 games where they had 6 sacks. So they averaged about 3 sacks per game allowed. How this helps Jackson is he has an arm and he's mobile. And I'll stop there, and then we can kind of go back and forth because I got a little more on this particular subject.
I think it helps Jackson for this reason. He don't need to run as much, right? And he can stay up. You know, I think some of those sacks, if they allow 2 to 3 sacks, I bet at least 1.5 of them was because he was outside the pocket running.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't think he need to be doing that as much, because although he's athletic enough, he need to have it like a secret weapon, like high-level Russell Wilson. You know, when Russell Wilson was at his peak, he didn't run all the time, but he could run, you know, and the run kind of set up the pass. But they're doing too much of an only run offense. He needs to throw the ball. And it might be rocky at first, but he needs to do this because all quarterbacks got to learn how to play in the pocket. You got to learn it eventually. You got to.
You do. You said there was, but here's the thing. You got to remember, Lamar led the league. He led his team in rushing last season, bro.
Right.
Over 200 more yards than J.K. What's that boy name? J.K. Dobbins. So, when your quarterback leads your team in rushing, you ain't really got no running back. So when you say I'm gonna be a pass first team, or we gonna focus on the pass, then you're gonna become the one trick pony. So all we got to do is sit back and play diamond nickel on you the entire game, because we ain't worried about Dobbins coming in the back. And if you can boot, if you have a balanced offense and you're trying to keep Lamar back there and turn him into a pocket quarterback, he has an arm to do it, right?
Yeah.
But you ain't got no running back. So where's your play action coming from? Bootlegs ain't nothing, because we know once you bootleg out, you running.
Yeah. But they got to make that change, man. Maybe they got to find some luck, find some talent on their scout team or something for a running back. To save his career and that investment, because you knew they was going to change it when they put all that money in that boy pocket. It's like, okay, nah, you can't be hurt, and we paying you all this bread. We got to do something to keep you upright. But in the long run, I think it'd be good for him. He got an arm, man. He got a rocket. If you saw him in college, I think he still ran in college. He didn't run as much as he doing in the NFL, but I think it's gonna be more like his Louisville offense. You know what I'm saying? More so than what he's doing now, because he is basically the running back, like you said. He had way more yards than the running back. He don't need to be the running back. I don't care how good he was.
My man had 800 yards rushing, bro, and the quarterback. I mean, his running back had 560 something.
Like Mr. G said, they got three running backs. They need to use them.
Yeah, they do.
Keep getting hurt.
They keep getting. That's true. But when you got a line like that, if your line, the only other line better than the Ravens last year were the Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah. You dig what I'm saying? That was the only other line better than the Ravens. Yet and still, your quarterback was the leading rusher on your squad. Now, here's the thing with that. What Odell are we getting? Are we getting one arm Eli Maiden Odell?
Nah.
Manning Odell? Are
we getting this Odell.
I don't know. Or
I
we
don't think
getting
he gonna
Spirit
be
Airlines
great.
Odell? You dig what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know what Odell. And what I mean, I don't know what Odell we getting. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I even take Rams Odell because at least if you do that, you have a gimmick in your. Because now you either gonna respect him because he got hands.
Right.
Let's not get it twisted.
He do got the
He got hands. So
Yeah.
we gonna use him as a decoy and help our other.
Well, they drafted a nice wide receiver too, though. I forgot his name.
They did.
Yeah.
They got a nice one, but yet and still he a rookie. So what
He
we
a
gonna
rookie.
get out of
Yeah.
it? So
It's true.
Is he gonna make the team? If he, just NFL different. You ain't catching them balls. You going down to the practice squad, homie. You dig what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know, man. And Mr. G say third down specialist. That he might be, or he just may be the decoy.
Yeah, I'm hoping for the best for Lamar Jackson, man. I need him to throw a little bit more, man. But yeah, we'll see. Let's just say it like this: we'll see, because I don't know. My bad. All right, next subject. Does LeBron getting swept hurt his GOAT legacy? Does LeBron getting swept hurt his GOAT legacy? Mr. Davis.
It depends on what age group you in.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you why. Because if you're 35 and older, of course it does. Because we saw some stuff that just was different. And I ain't just talking about MJ. Because when MJ wasn't there, guess who else got back-to-back? Hakeem Olajuwon. A great Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer. Yes, sir.
If you're 35 and younger, no. Because in today's society, everybody gets a trophy. So going 4-6 in the finals don't make no difference. You dig what I'm saying? You could be in 10th place and get a participation banner. No, brother. That's what we in.
He ain't lying.
Go ahead, bro. I got more on this.
It should. Popular opinion, nobody's going to say it. You know what I'm saying? Because the NBA is obsessed with LeBron James. See the argument I said for my soapbox. They're obsessed with him, and they don't know what they're going to do when he retires. But listen, man, yes, it should. You shouldn't get in. Listen, I understand that team wasn't great, right? But if you out there playing, it's on your legacy. If you don't want on your legacy, go sit down somewhere, like D just said.
Yeah.
If you don't want that on your legacy, go sit down. But if you out there playing, it affects it. Just like Jordan when he had that bad year with the Wizards. Listen, we know Jordan did the 6-0 and all that, but that bad year with the Wizards wasn't a good look. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't a good look. It's part of it.
It almost tarnished his legacy.
It's part of his legacy. Yeah, man.
Look, man, LeBron's been swept 3 times.
Yeah.
He was swept against the Spurs in 2007. Now, I get it. It was LeBron versus the Spurs. And he went up against Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker. So that really don't count. No. He was swept again against the Warriors in 2018, a juggernaut of a team. I'm talking about KD, playoff Clay, Steph, Draymond, and this year against the Nuggets. You know what I mean? That hurts.
Right.
I got a new term for everybody, and I'm going to give y'all this. LeBron is not the GOAT. He's the guy. Greatest of this time. He doesn't get GOAT status. He's the guy. Because guess what? He keeps Real talk. Y'all can have that. That's for free.
Yeah.
He's the guy. Greatest of this time. He is not the GOAT. Listen, MJ, 6-0 in the finals. He has 6 final MVPs. LeBron, 4-6. 4-6. That's a losing record in the finals. And he, in all 4 that he won, he got the MVP. And yes, he made it to 10 finals. Yes. But he's 4-6 in those finals. So for me, MJ's undefeated. You can't do 6-0. And not just 6-0 once, twice. Same team, different squad, if you will.
Yeah.
Go look it up. And don't give me that, the game was different. Yeah, let me tell you something. I can punch you dead in your mouth and it'd be a common foul.
What's up, NKJ? My brother said it doesn't because the conversation ended when he lost in the finals in 2011. Listen, man, I am pro Jordan, and I have high respect for LeBron. I've said that plenty of times. And I know Mr. G said he 38. Come on, man. Blame AD. Yes, AD is also to blame on this,
Yes.
but LeBron is the leader of that team.
Legacy,
LeBron
man.
is his legacy. Ain't nobody talk about will this hurt AD legacy because he ain't got no legacy. His legacy is being hurt every
They
once
won
in a
it
while.
all.
You know what I'm saying? But LeBron's legacy is chasing the GOAT. He is the only one that's been able to even talk about chasing the GOAT other than Kobe. You know what I mean? A lot of people forget about how great Kobe was, but Kobe was right there too. You feel what I'm saying? But his little issues kind of got us distracted. But I'm telling you, listen, man, yes, this affects his legacy. Now, to people that's about 30, you know what I'm saying, and younger, and then grow up watching or didn't have a daddy that actually watched basketball or something, so they don't really know about Jordan. All they got to do is watch these ESPN old films or watch an old YouTube video. You're never going to get it. You won't get it. And we'll be trying to say, like, how great this dude was. You won't get it. You be like, man, look at this is SD. It's not even HD. And this man, look how slow the game. Yes, the game was slow, but he was dominant. Dominant. He was a leader. He had this will to win. But with all that being said, I am not angry at LeBron for this season. I'm not angry for the way he went out. He went out like a G. He went out fighting.
Yeah.
Yes. Salute to him for that.
Leader.
But does it affect his legacy? Listen, wins and losses affect him. Sorry. It is what it is.
Y'all can y'all go down the thing for all y'all that want to do it.
Woo.
Like,
look at D. LeBron would never be the GOAT. Okay.
Well, she from Chicago. Of course he ain't.
Right. He can never be the GOAT. He can never be the GOAT.
Yeah. But again, I'm gonna tell y'all, he's not the GOAT. He is the guy, greatest of this time, and I can't take that away from him because everywhere LeBron has went, every team he's played for, he's willed them to a championship. Now, the bubble, in my opinion, is no different than the San Antonio Spurs winning in that short season. You want to put an asterisk next to that championship, Tim Duncan's first one, and they try to take it away from him, put one against that bubble. Because you dig what I'm saying? They made sure, again, they set it up where everybody was comfortable enough so that the Lakers could win, and they won theirs because they knew LeBron wasn't going to get one outside that bubble with that team. So that's just my opinion. But shout out to LeBron, man. He's great. He's definitely good for the game. Best scorer of all time. He got plenty of it, all that good stuff. He's just the guy. That's all I'm saying. He's the guy.
I mean, there's nothing. He for me, he'll never be the GOAT. But it's not because he's not good. It's just because I saw the GOAT. That's the reason. I was alive when he was around, and I watched it. I watched those games. I was rushing. I didn't even like him when he was playing. I like Scotty, just like my brother Rob. You know what I'm saying? But I had to respect this dude. This dude was a killer. Larry Bird also was a killer. Like, he was not the only great player at that time. A lot of people say that Jordan was the only great player. No, he was not. Charles Barkley existed back then. Gary Payton existed back then. Sean Kemp existed back then. All these folks was playing. Karl Malone and John Stockton was awesome for Utah. That was a great team. Akeem Olajuwon existed back then. He kept all them folks from getting championships. Big Patrick Ewing never got one. You know why? Because of Jordan. Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller was, he's not the greatest sports announcer. He's kind of goofy. As a player, Reggie Miller was a beast.
He was a killer, bro.
He was a killer. And when I said Reggie Miller scored like 13 points in like 10 seconds and killed the Knicks, like he doing choke signs, messing with Listen, there was a lot of great players back then. I know that's a narrative that a lot of young people say it was no good teams back then. No, that's not the truth. There was a lot of good teams back then.
This is how we shut the youngins up. Go back and look at the top 75 players and the ones who played in Jordan era compared to the top 75 players that's been in this era.
Right.
And that'll shut that all down. And let me tell you something. If you look at the ones later on, they played in Jordan's era, to include Kobe. You dig what I'm saying? So I want y'all to think about that. Kobe and Jordan was on the same court together. You dig what I'm saying?
Yes.
Iverson and Jordan was on the same court together.
Same court.
You know, Shaq and Jordan was on the same court together. Tim Duncan and Jordan, same court. So when you look at the top 75 players and the ones he stopped from even thinking about smelling the championship, that's why I got it, bro.
6 points, not 13, belongs 6 points.
13 belongs to T-Mac. You're right. It was 6 points. He hit 2 3-pointers in that time, and T-Mac just went
Miss G
Yeah.
said I can't stand Reggie. Now I don't really like him on his sports commentating, but you know I liked him as a player though. He was a killer. I wasn't a fan of the team, but he was a killer. I gotta respect it.
I liked him on NBA Live. That boy was butter. You shoot with his three, it was that little jacket joint had me winning.
Yeah, with that ugly jumper. That jumper was super ugly. All right, man. We finna get on up out of here, man. Short show today, but hey, it is what it is.
So,
saying?
yeah. Yo, we ain't even got a one word of the day, so that's gonna be us. So, like it or love it is us. Have you ever thought I really enjoy these guys and what they're doing with this podcast? How can I support them? How can I be a blessing to them? Look, man, we've been saying it and we say it all the time till it's drove in your dome. Hit that like, subscribe, and notification button. Like button, subscribe, notification. So anytime we go live, just in case we do an impromptu when these NBA finals coming, be looking out for it. Y'all will know when we pop on. You dig what I'm saying? You can also go to the website, notthesamepodcast.com/support, or the Cash App, not the same podcast. So that is the way you can do it. And boy, these folks really don't like Reggie Miller. This is how you know. Let me tell you something. There were villains back then.
Yes.
You don't have any villains. Everybody.
We don't have any villains.
Bro, all that
you got Dylan Brooks.
And banana boats. Yeah. Dylan Brooks would have made it because he was a villain. He fit the mold, bro. He fit the mold.
D says Reggie Miller looked like the crypt keeper.
Crypt keeper.
I know exactly what she talking about. But yeah, man, hey, we'll be back tomorrow with our Music and Faith show, live and direct, 6 o'clock, man. Slide back through with us tomorrow. And we appreciate y'all all the time for checking us out, man. Appreciate all the donations and support that y'all give us, man. We do not take it lightly. Appreciate all y'all, man. With that being said, I'm C-Micah.
I'm Robert Dean. Go Heat, man. We got this by 6.
Go Heat. We out.
Christ lives in us, so we gave us the strength, so we gave us the power.